So now we have direct quotes, direct proof that that's what her stance is.
Yeah, so all of the undecided voters out there, the cannabis issue is clear. You can go ahead and cast your vote for Kamala Harris right now.
Yes. And make sure you understand that the difference between Trump's endorsement for weed and Vice President Harris's endorsement for weed is it's very important because we will get a much broader reform under a President Harris in terms of people that you may know who are in jail for weed or who have gotten arrested for weed or so on and so forth, who can now open a business or work in the industry. We can finally find out how weed affects things like cancer or epilepsy, which we know is one of the only things that we know. So look at that. Look at that!
Yeah. Kamala Harris supports science of cannabis and social equity regarding cannabis reform. And that's really what you need to know.
And the other side, like the whole side, they don't like weed none too much. The GOP. General rule. And that's not talking jazz. That's just factuals. They don't like it.
Throughout history, the GOP has been anti-cannabis and has been completely down with the war on drugs and the war on people.
And that's just a fact. Donald Trump, which is the third and only time I'll say his name, the only reason he is supporting any sort of cannabis reform is not to correct the decades-old war on drugs that has disproportionately affected people of color and people who are trying to find relief don't have safe access. This peril that we have gone through, he's not trying to correct it for any honorable or scientific reason. It is only for the monies. Now, you can say who cares if you want, but just know this industry, when it goes that way, suffers. The quality suffers. The price suffers. When you have a monopoly on something, which is what he's trying to do with weed in Florida, it suffers. You cannot have that. That is why monopolies are not right or legal in this country. So, if you can believe it, I know, right?
Again, with the fat cat bashing.
But that's just, I'm just saying the things that are true. And that is, it's solely the reason why he's looking for weed to be approved in Florida. We want you to go out and vote, please. Like TS said, you know that Kamala is for an honest reform. You know we're going to get it because we already started to get it. And you know that we will hopefully have the door. Oh my gosh, I could just envision like all of the cannabis influencers, oh my gosh, they can even stay online. Maybe we won't get shadow banned anymore. Maybe there'll be more opportunities to educate through social media because we can have the word weed in our name and we're not going to get our account taken away from us. Small things like that. Big things like let's do research for cancer and more research for the heart, which we'll talk about in a few minutes. Let's do some doctor shit. Let's see how this is an antiseptic. Let's look at the cannabinoids in a way that's not going to poison our 15-year-old, 8-year-old children. That's what I see with Vice President Harris. With Donald Trump, I see state-run weed, and I see it as a way to not advance the industry, to only advance one person and one person's pockets, not you, not the person who needs safe access. Vote with your heart, but vote, no matter what, especially in these states